drive. Do you know I'm looking? And I can't help but smile. Do you know how much I love you? You put my favorite song on, I put my feet up, and we just sing along. And I can't help but feeling, just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would? 'Cause I'm just loving.
Okay, I've had a wardrobe change, cleaned up, did my hair, put on my festive 2026 bling earrings, and still wearing my glasses only because I want to see what I'm doing here. So the first thing I'm going to do is spread greens all over the table. So I'll be right back. Okay, so here we have a lovely head of French lettuce, and I am going to try to take the center out of it to make this like a big flower there. And then I can put another flower right there. Okay, now here I've got my mint. So I have 2 bunches of mint. I don't know if I'm going to use both, but we'll see. Now I'm just going to lay it out here. I think for the most part desserts are going to be right in this area here. So mint will complement the desserts. Oh, that smells so wonderful. Just, gosh. Okay, and here I've got some parsley. I'm going to hold on putting the parsley anywhere for the moment. Well, no, actually, I'm going to just spread it out on the table. See the beauty of just doing this on the table? It's like the table becomes your whole platter. And the greens just make it look festive. It's like anything goes. There's no map. I am literally just winging it here. Whatever looks good. And I am going to save that other package of mint till after I put some of the other food down. So here's that other package of mint. I'm going to put that back in the kitchen. I'll be right back. Okay, my first splash of color. Look at that pretty pomegranate. I don't know, can you see it? Nice piece of pomegranate there. And another one on that side. Ah, jeez. Okay, so pomegranate turns everything red. Fortunately, it's not going to be that big of a problem. So now here I have some clementines or mandarin oranges. People call them both. I think the little ones are more what I refer to as clementines. In the grocery store, they refer to these as mandarin. So I am gonna peel one of them anyway. Okay, and just put some of these all around. And sitting on the mint, maybe they'll even pick up some of that mint, the flavor off of the leaves. So maybe I'll do 2 of them. People hate to go to a cocktail party and start peeling a whole piece of fruit. Some people that do their grazing tables actually put whole fruits so that people could grab a whole fruit. I am not sure I want to do that. Sometimes they peel real easily and sometimes takes a little while. All right, so let's scatter this one around. And I haven't eaten, so I'm gonna grab one. Okay, next, I'm gonna do some olives. Oh, this is great. If I can get the container open. That was a hard container to open. So I'm going to put all my olives, well, as many as will fit, into this goblet. And I'll put the rest back in the fridge. Okay, so now I have my Boursin, and this one is the fig and 3 nut. Now the bottom always has that foil. I'm going to leave that bottom right on it, and I am just going to set this right there. Okay, so get this out of the way. So that's the first Boursin. And now I'm going to get the other one, and this one is the garlic and fine herbs. So this one I'm going to set right there. So it's sort of balanced. And then I can take these away. Okay, next I've got salamis. So I am going to start lining up my salamis on the other side of the table here. And I'm just going to line them up just like this. I'm going to put some more of them over here. Okay. Okay, these are the little salamis, and I'm just going to start lining them up right over here. See that? Right there, right on the table. And now I've got some smoked mozzarella. I'm going to put my smoked mozzarella right here in this lettuce flour. Not doing it like in any fancy format. I'm just putting it there. It's better than not slicing it at all, making everybody slice their own. So now we have a lettuce flour with smoked mozzarella. And let me get these out of the way. Okay, now I've got my wheel of camembert, and the camembert is going to go right there in that big lettuce leaf right there. And then this is that other French cheese. This is what it's called, époisse. So I'm gonna just put that where am I gonna put that? I think I'm gonna put that on the other side of the table.
Look how lovely.
Okay, so here I've got some crudité, and this I am just going to put in this bowl here. And I've got some green pepper as well. So now people can use the boursin, or they can use the hummus that is going to be coming out. So I'm going to put them right over there. And I'm going to put the leftover crudité back in the fridge. Okay, so I'm going to put my hummus right in here. And this is a brand that I pick up in Monoprix. It's delicious. Often when I get started on one of these little tubs of hummus with some crudité, I end up almost finishing it in one sitting, which is bad. So get that out of there. Okay, so next I've got this is like, I want to say it's like pepperoni. It's spianata picante. So now I'm just gonna pull this off in individual pieces, like this, and just lay it down. Separate every piece so that people can get to it easily. And I'm going to do another one over here. Again, separating all the pieces. Okay, in addition, now I've got some speck. And again, speck is like prosciutto. So I'm going to take this out and I'm going to lay this down individually. Now, I think for the moment, I'm just going to use one package of this speck. So, my guest list, unfortunately, I've lost a few people due to illness, and I bought enough food for everybody that I invited, and the guest list has been going down due to illness. So, I'm not going to put out all of the food. There's no point opening a package that I don't really need tonight. So I'm going to set that aside. Okay, now I have these little mini sausages that are not sausage, but like little salamis that I cut up. And I'm going to put some of them there. And I'm going to put a little handful of them over here. And I'm going to put a handful of them over here. And you can't see it, but Bella is down here hoping that something drops. She caught a few when I was cutting them earlier in the day. And they sort of roll around a lot. Okay, Bella, here's one for you. There you go. All right, so she's got hers. Let me take the speck away. Oh, let me put these out. Now, I bought some oranges. I'm not going to cut up the oranges. I really just wanted the orange leaves. I wanted clementines with leaves, but they didn't have any today. So these, I'm just going to set on the table, just sort of for decoration. See, just like that. And then I threw some extra leaves in the bag. I thought, well, that's kind of cool. So we'll have some orange leaves. Okay, well, that's an orange branch. But here's some orange leaves. I'm just going to set them on the table. Okay. Okay. Here's my next cheese. I'm just going to make a little mound of those. And one for me. Okay, next we're going to do the guacamole. I need a spoon. So some little spoons, that was for the hummus. And this, let's get this guacamole out of here. And again, normally I like to make my own, but I thought I would give Monoprix brand or whatever this is here, give it a try. Looks good. And I always like to save the containers in case I have leftovers. Okay, back in the kitchen, and this will be the guacamole spoon. This one can come back. Okay, now we're gonna surround the plate of guacamole with chips. No chips for you today, Bella. And I'm just going to go right around the plate with them. And it's okay that they're touching the salami. So I'm just going to open one bag for now. And I'll put the other bag in the refrigerator, in the kitchen. Okay, next, I've got these crackers. Oh, this is nice. They're in individual little packets. Not exactly what I had in mind, but who cares? All right, so we've got our Boursin cheese over here. So let's put some crackers over there. And I'll get little knives for the Boursin cheese. Crackers there. And then what else do I have here? These are sesame, so I will add sesame crackers next. And these, the first ones were like multi-cereal. I guess they're like multi-grain. So these we're going to put over here by the other boursin. Remember, this is the boursin that has the, oh gosh, I forget what it was. Huh. Something in 3 nuts. Oh, I think maybe it was fig in 3 nuts. So we have crackers there, sort of like in a fan. And I need knives for that as well. Okay, put these in the kitchen. Okay, now we have these other toasts.
What can I help you with?
Or baked stuff. Get the boxes out of the freezer that need to be cooked. Okay, so now these are like toasts. So I'm going to lay a few of these up here. And put a few of them over here. This I'm going to have to move. I'll just put that right there for now. Okay, so this, we have camembert, and I want to get a little pot to put some honey in. Okay, so now I've got a little pot of honey right here. And let's see, what else do I need? I'm going to need some little knives. I need my cornichon. Okay, I think this is going to be easier if I do it in the kitchen near the sink so it doesn't spill all over. So I've got the cornichon. I'm going to put the cornichon right there. Now I've got a bunch of kumquats. These are so delicious and they are in season. And I'm just going to lay them up here. So if you've never had a kumquat, they're like a little miniature orange, and you eat the whole thing. Some of them are so sweet. So they're going to be right there. Okay, now I'm going to add strawberries. I'm just going to put strawberry here and there and everywhere. Look at that big one. Okay, so people can just grab a strawberry. No rules, it can be anywhere. Well, that one doesn't look very good. All right, put a strawberry there. Okay, now we're going to add our nuts. All right, so I'm just going to take handfuls of nuts like this. And lay them over here. And over there. And it's okay if they're next to the salami. Doesn't matter. Here, I'm going to put some nuts over here. Now I have 2 containers of nuts. I am just going to use one today. At the moment, anyway. I'll save the other one just in case we run out. Okay, so we have nuts. Okay, and I have some more strawberries. I'm just going to toss around. Maybe put one on this plate. Strawberry there. What's on that strawberry? Okay. Okay, now we're on to the grapes. Now, when you do the grapes, you want to make it as easy as possible for people. You don't want to put a whole thing of grapes like this down. So, I'm just going to grab little bunches of grapes and just set them down right here. Anywhere I see a space, just add some grapes. I hear my oven going off.
You got a timer going off.
That's for them.
Mean they come out?
Look and see if they're brown. If they're brown, take them out. All right, then leave them there. Okay, now that stem was kind of big. Whoops, I just smashed a grape into my rug. Okay, so I've got my back to you, but there's more grapes. Just laying grapes out everywhere, just little bunches. So people can just pick up a little bunch and stick it on their little plates. Okay, now the grapes here in France often have pits. You gotta look real hard to find grapes that don't have pits. So this little plate is gonna stay here in case people have olive pits, grape pits. Okay, well this is not doing, okay, put some more grapes there. Where else? I can put some grapes here in the front. I gotta get some scissors to cut these. So now I'm gonna put some cookies out. I got 2 people on their way upstairs. Okay, put candies. Sorry about that dog. So now we've got cookies right here. These are the cinnamon cookies. Okay, and the last of the crackers that are going to go out. Got table water crackers. Got table water crackers. These are the big ones. I'm just going to put them on the edge of the table right here. All right, actually there's a broken one. Let me get the broken one off. Okay, now I'm going to go get all the little knives and spoons. So here's the finished product. This is our grazing table. It's my first shot at it. And this is one of our neighbors who got here early. Well, no, she didn't get here early. She got here right on time. Okay, so let me get this here.
How are you? Yes, ma'am. How are you doing? How are you?
All right, so that's our first shot. And there are still some things missing from the table, but we will add them as the night goes on. So it was a fabulous night, a fabulous party. And as you can see, there's a lot left over. So now the question is what to do with all of this. My first inclination is to get a giant piece of saran wrap and just cover the whole table and just leave it. But I got perishable stuff here, so it looks like I'm gonna have to get some saran wrap and start wrapping salamis and cheeses and fruits. And well, here it is, 2026, a brand new year, brand new adventures. Thanks for coming along with us on this one. Happy New Year. Okay, so I had a fun time putting it together on the table. It was just interesting. It was like a work of art by the time I was done. But a couple things that I learned in assembling this grazing table. First of all, I invited a lot of people who were very nice people, and many of them brought food. When I did the grazing table, we don't have a lot of table space here in our apartment. So I had one table off to the side that was a hot plate, and another crock pot with sweet and sour meatballs were in that. So that was all on that table. There was no room for anything else. But people who brought in plates and containers of food, unfortunately, I didn't really have any table space left because I turned my entire dining room table into this grazing table. And I felt kind of uncomfortable trying to figure out, okay, now where am I going to put their food? So a couple of mistakes that I made. One was not finding another separate little table for additional things that people brought. So if you're doing this, keep that in mind. Your guests may bring things to go with your meal or your apéro or appetizers or just celebratory food. You need to be able to allow room on the table. One of our friends brought a tray of smoked salmon and cream cheese sandwiches that were yummy. And I put little cool packs that, freezer packs. I put it under it because it was going to be sitting out, and I figured, there's fish there and I don't want it just laying out on the table for hours. So I put one of those freezer packs on it, and it was on the freezer pack and it wasn't on there real well. And so it didn't take very much to get this little container off balance. And I happened to be standing on the other side of the table near it, not touching it. And I don't know whether people were getting something on the other table. I don't know. Somehow the table shifted and that whole tray went down, what was left. and it went down on the carpet. I felt terrible that it went down, but I mean, at that point, what can you do? It's down. So the one thing that I learned in that respect was all part of make room or have a separate table for things that your guests are bringing, because we were sort of balancing it on the outer edge of my grazing table, and as a result, it didn't take much to just sort of jiggle the dining table, even the slightest amount, for that bunch of little tea sandwiches to go down. So I feel terrible about that, and you know, my apologies to the person who brought them. They were delicious. I had a few. It's just unfortunate that that went down when it did. And you know, what can you do when it's down and it's on the floor? You got to toss it. So anyway, it was a good friend. Hopefully she understands. Okay, so let's see. What else did I learn? I learned that there was a lot of food for the amount of people we had. As I said, we had 16 people, and we had 17 people. 17? No, we had 17. We had 18 people, not 16. We had 18 people who came. I thought it was probably going to be enough food. It was too much food. Now, a lot of the things that people brought, obviously, everybody ate all of what was on the table, but it wasn't all gone. And at the end of the night, I had to sort of weigh what was going to fit in my refrigerator. My refrigerator was already full of the remainder of stuff I didn't put out to replenish the table. So at the end of the night, there wasn't a whole lot of room for what was left here. So I had to bag up like crudité and chips. Well, there weren't any chips left. Anything that didn't look like it was going to survive for another day, I just left it on the table. So I put away all of the fruit. I put away the vegetables. One of our friends brought this wonderful tray of pecan tarts, little pecan tarts. They were so good. There were so many of them. I don't know why she left Jeff and I, 2 people, with this tray of them, but anyway. There were so many of them, but they're not perishable, so they were easy to just package up, put them in the kitchen. But at the end of the night, after I took off of here what was left of the salamis and cheeses, I literally, Jeff and I took ends of the paper, and whatever was left on there, I got all the dishes and containers out of there, and then we just folded the paper up, rolled it up, threw it away. So I know there was a lot of stuff that did go in the trash. I mean, we had some smoked salmon on endive. I had nothing else to put it in, to put it away. So unfortunately, it went out in the trash. So I guess I should have made it on a smaller scale. And maybe I should have just taken half of this table, put the paper on half of it, and done the grazing table. Half of the table was grazing table, and left the other half open for the plates of food that our guests brought. So that's another suggestion. So I just thought it was cool to have all this food, and you would probably do it too if it was your first time. You'd be so super ambitious. It'd be like, oh my gosh, now let's add this, now let's add that. It's like I had pomegranates that I added for color. Well, I don't think anybody ate any of the pomegranate seeds, so I ended up tossing them. I had no more room in my little vegetable drawer in my refrigerator, so they had to go in the trash. It's a shame that I had to throw away the amount of stuff that I had to throw away, but I think it served its purpose, and the majority of the good stuff was eaten by our guests. So that's something to keep in mind when you're doing your table. So thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed learning about a grazing table. I had watched so many videos for a month before doing it that as I said, I had a ball putting it all together. It was fun. It was like being an artist on the table with the whole table as my palette. So anyway, if you took some information out of it, that's great. Maybe you'll use it for your next party, or maybe you'll just say, wow, that would have been cool to go to. Let somebody else do all the work. So thank you so much for watching. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Please help our channel grow. You know, we're still working on our first 10,000 subscribers. Some people who moved to France, they come here and they start a YouTube channel and they got instantly 10, 15,000 subscribers. We're almost at the end of our 4th year on YouTube. Or is it our 5th year? I have to check. I think it might be the end of our 4th year going into our 5th year. Something like that. Anyway, we're still working on our first 10,000 subscribers, and you can help us. And it doesn't really cost anything to subscribe to the channel. You can subscribe down below, or there is this little QR code. Just open the QR app on your cell phone and click on it. It'll bring you to a link to our YouTube channel, and then you just find the button that says subscribe and click subscribe. And if nothing else, give me a thumbs up, and I will see you next time. Happy New Year again. Bye for now.
Just loving